It's my great honor to begin tribute to the honoree of this year's Humanitarian of the Year Award. Take a look.
Ryan Heidinger, a good old Indiana boy is what I always say. He was working at a small sandwich shop called Muss & Turner's in Smyrna, Georgia. Ryan, being a chef, we were living paycheck to paycheck. It was right before Christmas. It was December 21st of 2012. Ryan had never really been sick a day in his life. He'd never missed work, not even for a cold. He got an ultrasound and it showed some abnormalities in his liver. We met with a doctor and they said, you've been diagnosed with stage 4 gallbladder cancer and you've got about 6 months to live.
It kind of scared all of us. I think everyone in the industry realized that we were incredibly vulnerable because people get sick, people get hurt, and all of a sudden, they don't have any way to take care of themselves. Now was this new mission to find a way to build a financial safety net to help people when these scary things happen.
It was just a few days after his diagnosis that Ryan Turner, Chris Hall, and Todd Mussman, the owners of Muss & Turner's, came over to our house, sat around our dining room table and said, let us help. That was it. This initial benefit, which was called Team Heidi, it raised just shy of $300,000 to help us. And Ryan stood on that stage in front of that 1,000 people and said, you know, I consider this a win. This cancer diagnosis is a gift because it's brought us all together. How powerful is that? To look at your life and already know that you've won. Pretty awesome. So, that moment, that is literally what ignited the idea for Giving Kitchen.
The mission of the Giving Kitchen is to provide emergency assistance to food service workers. And we do that through 2 ways: financial assistance and access to community resources.
Giving Kitchen could be this backbone of support. It could be a community resource for those people that we could help them in their time of need, because that's what was done for us.
I want to bring a hero to the stage.
And in our 5.5 years, being able to award through Giving Kitchen $2.4 million has literally changed people's lives.
I was involved in a very bad car accident.
The whole right side of my face was full of glass because I went through a windshield.
Hey, will I ever be able to be in the kitchen again? You know, because working in the kitchen, you're on your feet a long period of time. From their support and just the financial help and everything, they changed my life. It's the Giving Kitchen for a reason.
Thank you.
Kitchen to win this award. It means so much for their mission.
This is the legacy of each and every one of you. Thank you.
There are still moments every single day that I can't believe. Not only that he's gone, but just really how inspired and motivated I feel every day. There was a moment when he was still alive, and I remember I looked at Ryan and I want you to win a James Beard Award. And I think being honored in this way for Giving Kitchen is the sweetest way to see his legacy live on. This is also a legacy of our entire community and beyond.
Please welcome to this from Giving Kitchen, Jen Heidinger, Kendrick, Brian Schroeder, and Ryan Turner.
I'm not crying. Are you crying?
We're going to get through this together. And before I begin, there's a few people I'm going to ask to stand up.
we happen to take up about 30 seats. I think that might be a history for James Beard, for Giving Kitchen, to be here. But specifically, I need Chris Hall, Todd Mussman, Mike Gallagher, Michelle Stumpy, Chris Pomar, Naomi Green, Leah Melnick, Ryan Smith, and Kara Heidinger. To be so very proud of what you have accomplished. I am standing here with two very close friends of mine and my colleagues, Ryan Turner and Brian Schroeder, and beyond happy to be here. Help food service workers in crisis. Those 6 words, a directive from the lips of my late husband, Ryan Heidinger, will always be at the heart of Giving Kitchen. And in the beginning, helping a food service worker in need meant one thing: financial aid. We witnessed Ryan fight an inspiring battle with cancer with the financial support of our friends and family. And it was his words, "Use these funds to help others like me," that started Giving Kitchen. Our financial assistance grant program was born, and we've provided over $2.5 million in financial aid to 1,600 plus food service workers in need. However, as we implemented and matured our grant program, a pattern emerged. Food service workers in crisis needed more than financial aid. It was access to counseling, housing, food security, medical care, disaster relief, and financial literacy. If our goal was to help food service workers in crisis, we quickly realized Giving Kitchen needed to be more than financial aid. A connection to community resources was desperately needed, and Giving Kitchen's Stability Network was created. This community resource referral program now includes hundreds of national, state, and local resources, from mental health to food service to support homeless food service employees. And we've tracked successful referrals to over 1,000 chefs, bartenders, hosts, dishwashers in crisis.
All of this started with the love of one chef. The competitors of the Atlanta food service community came together to take care of one of their own. What other industry do you see that happen? The restaurant industry. It's an idea whose time has come. It's an example of hospitality in its purest form and what is possible when we all work together. As restaurateurs, we are all called upon to help so many great causes, which is important as good stewards, but it's time for us to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first. That is the unbridled power behind Giving Kitchen. Beyond being there during crisis, we've been led to ask an even bigger question. What does it mean to help food service workers before crisis? By any measure, self-care is an issue in our industry. It's an elephant in the room. From burning the candle at both ends, drug abuse, sexual harassment, mental health, or suicide. We hear it, we see it, we feel it. As leaders, many of us have the privilege and platform to speak to issues of self-care as a trusted source that can cause people to feel the courage to be vulnerable, to stand up and ask for help before crisis strikes. Self-care is a complex issue to solve, which takes a commitment to change and professional help, but can start with something as simple as taking an extra minute to ask someone, how are you? And mean it. And listen.
Giving Kitchen has every intention of being a national organization one day. But our message to you tonight is do not wait on us. Now is the time to make your kitchen a giving kitchen. Thank you. On your own and with our help, and tonight we are thrilled to announce that our team has organized nationally relevant self-care resources to help bring stability to your restaurant from coast to coast, no matter where you employ restaurant workers. Starting with how to help a teammate contemplating suicide. QPR suicide prevention training is the CPR of suicide prevention. It's an industry standard, and it prepares you to help question, persuade, and refer someone contemplating suicide to get professional help. It takes about 45 minutes through an online portal. It costs about $30. And for the Giving Kitchen, it made us immediately better at our jobs. When the phone rang, and trust me, the phone has rang at our office with someone on the other end who didn't know how to make it another day, we were ready to get them professional help. And the simple decision, a small investment of our time, a small investment of our financial resources, has helped the Giving Kitchen save lives, and now it's your turn. We are proud to announce that we are offering QPR suicide prevention training for free for every single restaurant in the United States. And I challenge every person in this room to take this training. I promise you, it will change the way you help someone in your kitchen confront the worst parts of depression and mental health. And after you've taken this training, encourage someone else to take it. I want to say thank you to the James Beard Foundation for giving us this platform. Thank you to our amazing board and staff. Thank you to the city of Atlanta. The South has something to say.